you're not going on there to find love. And Grace from Love Island UK is a clear example of that. And she's just landed a 6-figure deal with Ego, and Pretty Little Things have been in contact with her. And people are saying she's going to be the next Molly May.
Absolutely not. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No one can do this to Molly.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1, go! So Faris is fanning himself because he's having a mental breakdown right now.
Yeah.
We have just filmed for about 20 minutes and it was the whole way through. So we're restarting.
I think it's good that it's taken us like this many months to have an episode where we're literally like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I know all of them are a bit like that, but at least like it's taken a while for us to be. I'm in a shitty mood. Get over it.
He has a sore back.
My
He's
back
tired.
hurts. I'm tired. I did a 10K run yesterday, proud of myself, but it really fucked up my back. And I think like in general, I'm just like,
over it.
yeah, I'm just a meaty little bitch. So
This is going to be fun for everyone to see and watch.
yeah, exactly.
So
I'm
like, how
sweating.
are you?
So good.
He's so good.
No. I am good. It's like, to start crying. No, I'm so good. Yeah, I've just. That's pretty much all that's. I'm just like doing the Macarena. That's it. It's just that, and I think it's like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, I don't know what we're talking about, and I feel like that's always how we start. So I don't know why it's stressing me out so much. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you?
I'm good.
How are you doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm living life. We've been watching. I mean, a lot of the reason why we're so tired is because we've been watching Love Is Blind.
UK, yeah.
Which I thought you said, are you okay?
Okay.
I'm fine.
I Love Is Blind UK.
UK.
We've
And
loved it.
the tea has been hot this
know.
year. It's been so good. There's so many drama bits that are going on, and I'm so here for it.
I know.
Firstly, Ollie and Demi. Let's start with those. I love Demi. Iconic. She's amazing. Probably one of my faves on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie, I don't mind. However, I do feel like he's kind of got like swept up into it and he's just like going along with it.
Yeah.
He seemed too happy and like performative when they were
When
getting
she was
married.
like, no.
He's like, what? Like,
Why?
why?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you guys knew like she's not gonna marry you basically. And it's sad because all of her insecurities that she had, I feel like he kind of fulfilled them and made her, I don't know, made her feel a certain way because she was always insecure about like not looking as good as the other girls like on the show. And then as soon as he sees like one of the other girls that's hot, he's like, oh my God, like I'm so attracted to her, like blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
I feel like he fed into it a little
he
bit.
did a little.
I felt bad when even when she first started, she was like, oh, you know, like looks aren't everything. Like this month I might be like this, but like in a few months' time I might be 2 stone lighter.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the fact that she said that made me think like, okay.
It's obviously an insecurity of hers, which is
yeah.
annoying because her personality is so amazing and she's so fun and jokey that I do feel like she's right. Like guys will friend zone her because they want a different.
And she's a bit like that, isn't she? Like quite like funny and
exactly
banterous.
So banterous. Is that a word?
No, I don't know. Yeah, why not?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Just add it. Banterous. Yeah, and then
Freddie
Catherine and Freddie. Yeah. I love Freddie. Freddie's cute. He's goals. He's super like nice. You can tell he's nice. You can tell he's like a vibe.
Yeah.
And I think Catherine needs to chill out a little bit.
Freddie, by the way, is like, one, he's beautiful, but with his looks like that, I feel like he should be a real douchey dickhead guy.
Yeah.
Like, proper lad. Like,
And I think that's what makes him, unfortunately, that's what makes him like even more of like a catch.
Yeah.
Because he's not. So you're like, oh my God, he's so hot and he's so
he's
nice.
different.
But yeah, he's not like other girls. Yeah. But his like family and like everything's like really nice. And I feel like Catherine's like very like insecure and it shows. Like she's really like trying to get the security validation from him and he's not giving it to her. Like, oh, that looks like my ex. What do you think about other guys and other girls? And then he's like, yeah, she's hot. I can't believe he said that. Like,
yeah.
I resonate. But also like I feel like it's a little bit too much. Like you just need to cut him a bit of slack. He's nice. He's into you. He's chosen you. Like I feel like if she handled that differently, they would be married.
100%.
But
if
now
she
they're
chilled out a
broken
little
up,
bit,
and now she's with Sam.
I can't believe she's with Sam.
So like
that is the most
she did it
savage
to herself.
thing, though. Yeah,
But she's just gone back to someone that she knows it doesn't work with. Like he looks like her ex. He's obviously going to be similar vibes. It hasn't worked before. Like why are you still going for those people? Like
go
it's
for
weird.
the nice guy.
Yeah, it's
He's
so
hot.
and he's a nice guy and he's hot and like it's
successful. Like
she really wanted like a reaction from him and he just wasn't. And like you say, like his personality was just like dorky and funny, or like he would be like a little bit annoying and funny, and she just was not
vibing
getting
with
it.
it.
She just found it annoying, and yeah, it's just uncomfortable to watch. But I love him.
I know, I
Go
love
Freddie.
him too.
Love
Go
you.
Freddie, Team Freddie.
Yeah.
And then Sam with Nicole, when they first came out of the pods and they saw each other.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to kill myself.
She's with Benaya now.
She's with Benaya,
Yeah.
but she originally chose
Sam. Yeah.
Sam. And that whole situation, I just wanted to die. Like her face dropped when she saw him, and she just had this awkward smile like plastered on her face. And then he was like, "Oh, I think I love you." He's like, "I think I love you," and then she just like, "I'm gonna hold back."
It was the whole hand movement, wasn't it? It was like the whole like.
That's great. Love that for you.
And then she was like, "Oh fuck!" Like when the doors closed, she was like in the mirror. She's like,
yeah. And in her confessional
she,
thing,
like,
she just like cried. She's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm really happy."
yeah. I feel like that's how I feel today. Me and Nicole are like dead. That was so uncomfortable. I mean, Sam is just like not the vibe.
Icky.
Anyway, but I feel bad because he's getting a lot of hate, so we don't need to hate on him too much. I'm not saying he deserves the hate, but I'm not mad at it.
Catherine and Sam,
Perfect.
they should 100% should be together. But with what anyone says on these kind of shows, it is reality TV, and the drama is what makes you hooked. So I do feel like the people who create the drama are always the ones that get like tore down on any kind of like social media or news.
Yeah, to be fair, because that's why you watch it.
But you're watching it for them. If they weren't in
it,
it, you wouldn't be that interested.
Yeah, that's
you wouldn't
true.
enjoy it as much.
if everyone was just perfectly matched. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it's also not like you're not going on there to find love. I'm sorry.
They are.
But the same
They
with
get
like Love
married.
Island and all of
No,
that.
that's bullshit. But like they do find love. I mean, now it's a bit awkward because like obviously the best couple there split, but there are people from Love Island that are together for a while.
They do,
But
but
they
I
don't-
feel like it's just an add-on. They go
Yeah.
on there to promote themselves because they
Yeah.
want to be influencers or they want to go down a particular route. And Grace from Love Island UK that's just happened is a clear example of that. She was with Ruben and then
I think they're still together though.
they've just broken up.
Oh, have they?
And she's just landed a 6-figure deal with Ego, and Pretty Little Things have been in contact with her. So her brand has now just
I'm
been
not
pushed.
surprised, yeah.
And people are saying she's going to be the next Molly May.
Absolutely not. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No one can do this to
I'm
Molly.
sorry. No, she is nowhere near nice enough. I know Molly May has her things, and I know she's been dug out about. Sounds kinky. About like a few
Not
things
by
she
Tommy.
said.
Don't say that. Not by Molly. I take it back.
But like, yeah, no way. Grace is not a vibe. Like, I think she's actually a lot nicer in real life than she was on there. Obviously, it's a reality TV show. You have to act up and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these things do have to be taken with a pinch of salt, even though it's hard to. Because I did see her on a podcast, and she's just a normal girl. I think she's slightly not as nice as like she tries to act like she is. Not that she's not a nice person, but I don't think she's as nice and as centered as she like tries to come across.
Yeah.
No way, Molly May. No way, Molly May. Like, no way. Molly May is so
You love Molly May.
wholesome and so cute, and like the way she talks, like it's nice. She doesn't. Grace doesn't have that.
Hate
No.
Grace.
Yeah, no.
We don't hate you.
I'm not
okay?
having a go at like Grace, like as if she's even compared
Yeah,
herself.
bless
Like
her.
you don't compare.
But it's
yeah.
interesting to see. I just think that a lot of these people are not doing it for love.
No, I
or
don't
do they?
think so.
A lot of these reality TV shows, I feel like it's to better their brand, become
Yeah.
influencers. And a lot of them are set.
Yeah, true.
Not
Even-
you have to be like one of the main people. I don't think everyone on there is set.
Yeah.
But like you definitely get a boost and loads of brand deals, and then it goes on to loads of different things afterwards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
I feel
do.
like everyone knows that.
Oh,
and
for
they see
sure.
the success
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Molly and Tommy, and they're
Yeah.
like, right, this is what I want to do.
It's annoying because I can't think of any other couple of Love Island that like no,
Whitney and Lachlan.
thank you, that's the one I was thinking, but I couldn't remember their names. Yeah, so maybe, but they're just not that. They are obviously the most successful, and I think people think they can get to that level, and I do think they're an exception to the rule, even though everyone gets deals. Like Boohoo or Pretty Little Things, like
but
brands everyone
India,
cares about.
do you remember India and the other black guy who's Irish?
Yeah,
she's in the whole group with like Nella Rose and that now, and she's done quite well.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
I love Nella Rose.
What else has been happening, Fifi?
So I don't know what else.
I smell.
No, you don't.
I can smell.
No, you don't. No, you
so
don't.
good. There's no like smelling machine that like goes through to like heat you. Stop. Stop.
No, you don't. You're
anyway.
No, yeah. What were we talking about? As in, like, what was that?
Where we went?
Love Island. Love is Blind. Why did you talk about that? Oh, why we're tired.
Yeah.
And because we've been watching Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Why are you fucking throwing shit at me? Like, I have to carry the next segment. Like, did you just forget what we were talking about? You're like, Faris, you go.
I thought we were done with that segment.
We are, but I don't know what we went to talk about.
So, guys, we went to J-Town, Jordan.
Oh, what we've been up to.
You know, I threw it over to you. You didn't quite catch
you
it.
You did not throw anything.
Did
you
I
just,
not?
No, you just went, yeah, so yeah.
I'd like to know what you guys think, because sometimes
about what?
We have different opinions on how these things go. Do you think I threw that over to him in a good way, or did I just spring it on and he was just like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's fine. You threw it, but I didn't know what I was meant to next talk about. You just went, yeah, and I was like, okay, what do you want me to talk about? Like, what? You can't do this to me. We're meant to be a team, bruh.
Okay. No, I'll take that.
Yeah, so we went to Jordan, obviously. That's why we're all tanned and beautiful.
I mean, the town's slightly faded,
but we're going to top it up in Span.
Yeah.
We're going to Span.
Tomorrow.
Viva Las Vegas, Span. Yeah. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Or ¿Cómo estai? Which one is Italian, which one's Spanish? What?
¿Cómo estai is Portuguese.
No, absolutely not. Tudo bem is Portuguese.
Oh. ¿Cómo estai is...
One of them is Italian, one of them is Spanish.
Oh, ¿Cómo estás is it? It's Spanish. No,
yeah,
Spanish.
I feel like that's Spanish.
It's Spanish.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estai? Is that even a thing?
I don't know.
Prego. Yes, so we'll top up our tans there. But yeah, Jordan was fun. We're not going to go into it too much because I know like we talk about Jordan a lot, but it was fun. Great family vibes, great partying, great everything.
Went to the Dead Sea.
Which was fun.
Hot.
Very hot.
So hot.
Very demure. Very mindful.
Very
oh, I saw a little TikTok about that where it was like and then it had a picture of Demi Moore.
Oh, that's fun.
Very Demi
I
Moore.
like that.
Very Demi. That was good. And then, yeah. So basically, there was a little bit of irony, wasn't there, when we were in Jordan? So we knew there was shit hitting the fan in the UK of A when we were going. And we knew it was happening, didn't we? We knew there was some sort of like something rambling. But then when we got to Jordan, thankfully, safely, oh my God, this is my anxiety playing in. I was speaking to Mum the other day and I was like, when I was on the plane to Jordan, I was like, this is the whole family. If the plane goes down, we're all going down.
We'll all be together. So it's
I know.
fine.
But then I was like, I couldn't, obviously, I think I handled it really well, but I wasn't like fearful or anything because we were sat with and so every time like would look at me and be like,
I'm loving life.
Isn't it great?
Love flying.
Isn't it fun? So that's what happens in my mind before a holiday. And then we get there, we land, and then our cousin picks us up, and they're all like joking, and like, "Oh, you guys have come just in time for Iran to like try and like start a war." And we were like,
Love that.
"Yay!" And I was like, "I just bought new sunglasses. Please don't let this be a thing. Like, I'm not ready to be like in the army." So yeah, so that happened. But then that was the funny, ironic side is then it was actually shit hitting the fan in the UK and Jordan was fine.
What a funny turn of events.
I know. I mean, obviously the situation wasn't like a good situation. You know more of the details, but obviously it was about a murder of 3 girls and I think they were in a Taylor Swift dance class.
Yes.
And then he went in and
I don't know exactly what he did, but he basically
murdered them.
Yeah. And then the whole of the UK was kind of like coming together and mourning the loss of these girls, and then it kind of took on like the whole situation like a mind of its own, and basically turned into something very different to what it originally was.
Yeah,
like the EDL got involved, and then they started doing lots of riots. because they thought that this guy was an asylum seeker.
Yeah, or like an illegal immigrant. or whatever,
Exactly. He's born and raised in Wales. He is black. I don't know what African country he was from, but his family are from this country and he was born and raised here. And he was like 18 years old or something like that.
I think it's actually horrible that took away from those poor girls.
Yeah.
Because like that was a horrible thing. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And he's definitely should be punished for it. But that completely was just erased from like what this was about. It became about this whole other thing. And even the families of the girls were like, this is not what we want.
Yeah.
Like, we want justice. We don't want this whole thing of racism to like come up.
And what happened to those girls were horrible.
Yeah.
And that guy should pay 100%.
But we don't even have that knowledge, really. It's all about the riots of like illegal immigrants, which I love the fact that they try and like guise it as that, where it's like, oh, it's about illegal immigrants. Like, it's not about illegal immigrants. It's about you just hating anyone of color and anyone who's Muslim. Like, that's what it's actually about, which we all know. We're not stupid. But it's the violence, the way the UK was ending up to be like people checking if it was safe to go out and, you know, like, is it okay to be black in this area or brown in this area or whatever, like,
or to be Muslim. And the attacks were crazy. Some of the stuff that was happening. Like, a few Muslim women got acid poured on their face. There was a couple of black people that got dragged out of buses. The EDL were doing like
snatching,
taking off hijabs, which is the most disrespectful thing I think I've ever heard. And they were just attacking anyone of colour, and they were doing checks. Like, they were standing at roundabouts and traffic lights and basically being like, where are you from? If you were completely English, okay, that's cool, you can go. Like, what are you doing? Like, what gives you the right to do that?
Absolutely hilarious as well, because it's all bullshit. You can say what you like. I understand. I'm not of the opinion that like every person of colour should be protected because they're a person of colour, in the sense of like, there are obviously things wrong within different communities. Like, from the Arab side, there is stuff wrong in there. There is things that I personally don't align with my beliefs and I don't think are right, with the treatment of women in certain situations, treatment of LGBTQ+, that like, there is obviously things wrong, and there are horrible people in every religion and species. But obviously that does not warrant any of this inflation of things. It was also wrong. It was not to do. And I think, is it Tony Robinson?
Tommy Robinson.
Tommy. Which he was. That's not even his real name. He changed it because obviously he did stuff before in the past. But anyway, so he had a documentary coming out about something that happened before, which is like a school kid was killed, and he tried to make that more of a thing because he was like a asylum seeker, but actually he completely spun the narrative in the wrong way, and it wasn't. He was actually the victim, but he made him look like he was the person who was bad. And then he released that documentary, even though it was banned during the riots, and it was just like,
he was using that as a guise, and it wasn't what actually happened with those three girls and that guy. He basically
just used it for their racist
He was
agenda.
like, this is coming up, I can piggyback off this and kind of get my campaign or whatever out there.
And it's just like, if you're going to be racist, just be racist. Just say you don't want brown people here, black people here. Like, that's just what you mean. It's not about them being illegal, because you can't really tell if someone's illegal or not by their skin colour. Like,
and have we not learned?
It's not about that.
From Brexit. This is what you guys wanted.
Haven't.
You wanted to leave the EU because all these people are coming over to the UK. They're stealing our jobs. They're taking our women, taking our money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're out of the EU. Has anything changed? No.
Exactly. It's a horrible behavior. Horrible human behavior. Okay?
And on top of that, he escapes to Dubai.
No, not him.
Oh, okay.
He went somewhere else in Europe. I can't remember if it was
to Dubai?
Greece. I don't know the guy's name, but it just said a rioter went to Dubai to celebrate his birthday when he was meant to be in court.
How funny.
Which is like a Muslim country. So like, it's just baffling. Like, I just feel there's so much ignorance, and you know those types of people. I'm gonna say it because you know, and it's like the people that were rioting. You know those people. You know, I don't need to say anymore.
Mitchell's.
No, don't need to say anything. Don't compare it to anyone.
Okay.
You know those people. That's enough said. Like, we know who those people are that support the IDL, whatever they're called.
EDL.
IRL in real life.
It's just crazy what's going on.
But I just think, get over it. Stop it. bad.
It's naughty.
And then the other thing when we were in Jordan is that we kind of realized the realness of the whole Israel-Palestine issue.
Yeah.
And, well, more than an issue, like war. I'm never really sure how to relate to it. Not relate to it. I'm never sure how to speak about it in the sense of like Israel-Hamas war is like what people say because that's what they're fighting, but really it's Israel against Palestinian civilians at this point for a long time. But it was really like real when we were looking at the Dead Sea and we were looking there and it was like, wow, this shit is actually happening right now. While we're at the Dead Sea in Jordan, we're looking across because you can see
And it's
Palestine.
quite of a weird feeling to be like almost like on a hotel at like this bar thing, like chilling, and it's like over the side there what's happening in Palestine. It's a very like reality check like situation.
I won't go into too much detail about it because I think if you want to do your research into it, you will. There's a lot of information out there. Obviously, this podcast has some serious tones to it, but we're quite jokey as well. But I think in general, it's like very evident and obvious right now that the IDF, the Israeli army, the Israeli ethos obviously should not be supported and is not being supported even by the people that used to support it. So like the UN and stuff. So what's happening is they are just killing civilians at this point, and they are just killing innocent people, and they basically just want to get rid of all the Palestinians and take over the whole country. And there's even talks and proof and evidence that they want to continue to push through to Jordan, to Lebanon, to whatever.
Of course, they're not just going to stop once they've taken over Palestine.
And the way they've killed leaders in other countries, and like it's very evident and obvious like what's happening. And I think anyone who supports it, not even to get into the nitty-gritty of the religious aspects of like the land and stuff like that, but anyone who supports right now what's happening is probably not a human being I want to be associated with, or a human being I want to talk to. I think it's really cheap and really shitty for people to try and use the IDF's stuff that they're doing when you're saying like it's like you're standing up for humanity and babies being killed, and then you're anti-Semitic. Like I think that's a really cheap shot, and I think people need to stop correlating those two.
And you can split them up as well from people who are Israeli to what the IDF is doing.
Yeah, even to that extent, but even more so, like obviously Jewish people and Israelis, like they're not all linked together.
Exactly.
And again, Israelis and the IDF, not all Israelis agree with what's happening. It's a government, it's an army like any other country. Like just because we're English, we're not going to agree with everything the government does. There are obviously Israelis like that, but there are also a lot of Israelis that aren't like that. And a lot of Jewish identities are linked to Israel, even though they're not born there, because it's the Holy Land for them. That's how they perceive it. So, but I've seen a lot of people that I'm really disappointed with. Like, obviously, there's the obvious, absolute, disgusting witches of like Deborah Messingham and Amy Schumer. Like, they're disgusting. There's no like nice way to go about it. Like, they really support the murder. They're happy for children to be killed because they believe it's their country. But there's even.
But the thing that stresses me out about that is like, okay, I understand you think it's the Holy Land and it was yours thousands of years ago, but it has been Palestine for such a long time. If you speak to anyone who's Palestinian, they can link back their lineage. Oh, my dad lived here and my granddad lived here and his father. And it keeps going back and back and back. People who are Israeli, it only like maybe them, their dad, and maybe their granddad, and that's it. Otherwise, they would have been somewhere in Europe or in America.
Yeah, I think there are Israelis that have lived there.
There are some,
but not these American bitches that are just like randomly talking. Like, that's annoying. And I think like there is ways that the Holy Land's a Holy Land for Muslims, Christians, and Jewish people. That should be a free land for all religions to go and visit and practice. It shouldn't be taken over by any nationality or religion. Anyway, but that's all. Like, there's lots of details here. Like, it's I can view and see both sides. I get it. I'm talking about like the actual thing happening now. Like, I don't think anyone should be agreeing with or being happy with what's happening. I think that's really sad, and I think it's really annoying. Like, I see people that aren't that famous that are like commenting on it and using LGBT to try and like guys are like, oh, Israelis, like they support the LGBT. Like, it's those cheap shots that they're trying to make to like justify killing innocent people, I think is really, really sad. And for people to say we don't support, the IDF, or we don't support Zionism, and for that to then be a synonym for anti-Semitism and hating Jewish people, I think is also another cheap shot. Like, nice try, but like, if you support the killing of innocent people, then you're a dickhead, and like, that's fine.
And especially for what happened during World War II to Jewish
the Holocaust,
people,
like,
you're allowing that to almost happen again.
No, not almost. They are doing it again. That is the main issue here, is like the Holocaust happening all over again to Palestinian Muslims, and all of a sudden it's acceptable. And it's okay. And no matter how much you try and make it look like there's fear, of course there are people like Hamas that are, organizations that are doing bad things as well. But we're talking about the actual civilians here.
Yeah.
The thousands and thousands of civilians that you're killing, and that you're starving on purpose, and that you're stopping aid. Like, you're doing shady shit. It's not just like a normal thing of like war. You're actually torturing. Like, it's...
Yeah.
And recently the IDF soldiers, some of them were, I think, arrested, I'm not sure, for raping men with foreign objects. So you're taking these people, you're raping them, and then you're like starving them, and they're coming out like really, really malnutritioned, and through all that torment and torture. How can anyone stand for that? Like, how can anyone try and defend that, regardless of whether you think it's your holy land or not? Like, there's just no, like, it's
and
just
why
not acceptable.
do you still need to take over more? Like, Israel has control of the country.
That is another topic that we probably won't get into, but there is, obviously, it's for the West that's involved with it. Obviously, it's not about the Holy Land.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to try and use that as an excuse to take over more. But I will say that on a basic of humanity rights, it's disgusting and it's really annoying. Still seeing people try and justify and protect it. It makes me really sad, and it makes me really angry. And I'm just like, just stop defending it now that you know everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Ignore everything else that you believe is right. There should be a limit of 100%. You should know better. So yeah, so that made us sad when we were in Jordan.
We got a little bit emotional.
But then after that, it was all cute and shit. On other news, on a slightly lighter note, when we came back, I started a new job.
Yes.
Which was fun. I mean, I'm still there. Not was fun.
Yeah, why you
which
had to
is
like
fun. There's so much I'm going to talk about this job in the future once the contract's up.
Okay, and once you've left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
allow any of them watching this while you're working there.
But it's a lot of fun. I'll give it that. And the people are really actually lovely. And the job itself is really interesting. So I'm happy that I came back to that. But it does give me a topic, not specifically for this role, because this role is actually remote. And there's not actually, weirdly, like an expectation to like do anything with them after work, whatever. But it got me thinking when I saw like a TikTok of someone saying like, what is with the UK and its work ethic of like having to hang out with your work colleagues. And she was saying how you can finish your work at 4:00, but only if you went to the pub with your work colleagues.
Especially like on Fridays. It's
Otherwise,
like everyone
you have
can
to
wrap
finish at
up
6.
now.
Yeah.
But we're all going to the pub and we all have to chill.
What is it? Why?
You had guilt.
That.
Yeah. And like,
you've had that in every single job almost.
100%.
Yeah, like you
say
have.
if you don't want to do something after work with your job, with like people that you work with, does the abuse that I feel like you get, or like the
side eye,
you almost get like pushed out a little bit. Like you have to be doing all these after work activities, or it's like you're not team building. You know, people just find you unapproachable. Like you come into work to get paid. Why does it have to be that you hang out with people after work? If you want to, and if there's a group of people doing that, they can do that. It shouldn't feel like a necessary thing that you have to go. So why am I doing it?
I think it's cheeky when people book in meetings for your start time. Like you start at 9 and they're booking a meeting for 9. I'm like, no, because you're expecting me to start work earlier than 9, then aren't you? Like I turned down a job for that. So like, I find that really cheeky. I think if you want to work more or you want to get shit done, that's up to you. But it should not be an expectation. And like doing stuff with work colleagues that you're already commuting in, which could take an hour. Like I know it depends for everyone, but like an hour, 2 hours to commute in and out. So that's extra time. and then the whole time at work, and then they want you to go out for coffee and dinner with them and lunch with
Yeah,
them. And
yeah.
really team build with them. And no, like these aren't the people that you chose to be friends with. Like these are the people you work with. Luckily, in most of my situations, I've loved most of the people I've worked with, so it's been fine. But that shouldn't be an expectation. There's an element of like team building, rapport building, stakeholder management. Like there's obviously an element of that, but then there isn't like the necessity to be besties with them, because that's stupid.
And there's also the expectation to always go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Like you're praised if you're working till 10 o'clock at night, you're sending emails on the weekend, you're burning yourself out. Like, oh, this is a person that you should really look up to being. Like,
well done.
They're always on call. Like,
well done for like they do that. Think, well done on finishing that project, and well done on taking all of that stuff, and well done on creating this thing. It's always like, well done. It's like that person has burnt themselves out.
Yeah.
Like when you're dying on your deathbed, it's not going to be like, thank fuck I finished this project on time.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're so dumb. And people that really fall for it, like, you are dumb. You are. Sorry. There's so much more to life. And I feel bad for certain people that really like go in at work, because it's an obvious indication how unhappy they are with their actual personal lives and like how much they don't have going on. Like you can tell the people that are like addicted to work like have trouble at home, whether it's they're lonely, they're single, they don't have friends, not good family relationships, or a bad time with their partners and spouse. Like it's another form of numbing. It's the same as watching TV shows, the same as whatever. If you're into work that much, even if you love it, there's something up.
Yeah.
There is. It's so dumb. I can't.
What are you hiding? So we're going to do Queering the Map to end the episode. And it's different notes around the world from people who are gay in different countries. Because we just came back from Jordan, I thought it'd be good to start it off in Jordan. We did do it at the beginning of our first episode. Don't look at my camera roll.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find it. One sec, guys. We'll be right
Wasn't
with
it already
you.
on there?
Yeah. So it's cute messages from different places in Jordan, which are all anonymous.
Okay.
And it's people who are gay. Why are you laughing at me?
What's happening?
I don't
what
know.
happened? Why did you have the other photo to begin with?
Just to show that it was like queering them out.
Oh, okay. Go.
So this one is near Amman Airport, and this is what they say. I can never go home here because of my identity and who I love. I wish this world didn't take us away from our homes, our countries. Society stops us loving who we want. I feel so isolated. We are not alone though. Change will come.
That's cute.
This one, they are Jabal Al Hussein. I'm gonna stop trying to say.
You sound like the sat-navs over there. Qasar al-Sarab. Sorry, I laughed.
I didn't like taking pictures of people. I only took pictures of scenery, but you were the prettiest scenery that day. I couldn't help it. If only you knew how much I liked you, but I can't tell you and never will in fear of losing you.
Oh my God. These are Gen Zs.
Do you think? Well,
100%.
yeah, probably.
That is so dramatic. It feels like a Netflix show. I love that. He's skipping through all of the long ones because he can't bother to read.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read any of them?
You can do.
I mean, it's fine. It's just to give you a break. Oh, my back. Did I not tell you? I did a 10K run and now my back. Right. This is where we met and where I wanted to tell you that I love you. I was too scared to, but I knew you felt it every time we'd kiss and every time our eyes would meet. You're the one. I hope you know that. Oh, it's more about love.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if you kiss, I'm pretty sure they know you're interested.
Yeah, it's not all like secret.
Oh, that's cute. Here we kissed for the first time. You left me and probably forgot me, but I'm still loving you and missing you in every minute. My star is hurting me, but I hope you're okay. Oh my God, that sounds like a breakup.
Oh,
That's cute. I want to know more. Whoever
I
wrote
would
that.
love, yeah.
Like,
what are these-
if they know, if you know that it's you, like, give us
These
the
messages.
tea. I know you're going through a traumatic time, but I want to know. What happened. Okay.
That wasn't supposed to be there.
Fun.
Just like cute little notes of people who can't be
I
as
like
open
that. That's cute.
because of where they are.
Thank you so much for today.
Thank
That
you
was
for
fun.
joining.
Well done, well done. See you next week, you guys. Bye.
Bye.